All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are going to have a fun and pleasant live stream this morning. I'm sorry that I just got it up, so it's probably going to take some people a little bit of time to come into the building. So I will just wait as you guys come on in. Like I said, I didn't have a chance to set this up ahead of time. So I'm going to wait for you guys to come in. We're going to have a very fun discussion today, I hope, about Roy Jones Jr. and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Today, I don't really want to talk about all the knick-knacking and nagging that we usually do about what's going on with current boxing. I want to talk about what Roy Jones Jr. had to say about Floyd Mayweather Jr. And really, when I listened to him talk about it, I feel the exact same way about Floyd. And I feel the same way that Roy Jones Jr. explained things. Who won? Who won between what? What do you mean who won? What's up, player? Cornelius Burnett. Good morning. What's up? Who called me Deathstroke? Who won? I don't know. What do you mean who won? Who won what? There wasn't any fights last night. What's going on? Kipkino Jordan and Ruben Chisholm, man. Good morning. Shoo bang in the building. What's good? What's good, man? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Wait for guys cast to kind of flow on through. Who would win? Roy. Roy would beat Floyd's ass. Floyd's too small for Roy. Oh crap! I read Roy Jones dead. No, hell no. dead right about Floyd Mayweather Jr. He is not dead. My bad, man. I'm sorry I didn't take into account that people no, wait, no, he would. He'd whoop him right now. Floyd's not beating Roy Jones at any point in time in his life, man. Floyd is too small for Roy. Floyd is too small. Floyd don't want that smoke with Roy. But I'm going to tell you, man, I agree 100%. What's going on, Nick Hereford? Black Fonz in the building. What's going on? You can say what you want, but Floyd don't want to fight that man. Come on, man. Do you know how much bigger he is? Call me Deathstroke. First of all, at their peak, I think Roy Jones was a better fighter at his peak than Floyd was at his peak. So that's just me. I think at their peak, the absolute best of Roy Jones is better than the absolute best of Floyd. Now, the career of Floyd is better than the career of Roy Jones because of the end of it. As a disc golf player, I know sports. You got funny. You're funny. Alan, Big Tone, Killian, good morning. Fanon in the chat. Shout out to you, man. Brandon Brooks, thank you, brother. Sorry if this is off topic, but do you ever notice that whenever Turkey has an event, Eddie Hearn ain't around? And also, how do you feel about Hamad Shiraz as a fighter in the super middleweight division? First and foremost, I have not really noticed that, but I do know that there is a break between Eddie Hearn and Turkey Alalshiek because look, bro, Turkey Alalshiek knows that Eddie Hearn Turkey Alalshiek demolished Eddie Hearn's stable. He really did a number on Eddie Hearn's stable. So I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't really want anything to do with Turkey Alalshiek. As far as Shiraz in the super middleweight division, I don't really think much of him. I don't think much of him at all. I think he got his ass whooped by Carlos Adames, and then he got fed he kind of got a cherry pick. You know what I mean? Only thing Roy had better than Floyd was speed and power, in my opinion. That's a lot. Homie Big Quell. The only thing, first of all, you said the only thing he had, but you named two things. Okay? Yeah, please, so I don't have to do no videos today. Hey, Jameson Children said, let's kick off Super Chat Thursday, right? Salute my guy. Hey, look, no joke, man. My wife told me she wants me to retire from YouTube. She does. I got up the bed and I was like, no, dude, because I mean, you know, my wife is being very firm that I don't have to work anymore. So since I don't have to work anymore, she's like, oh, please don't work anymore. Because she's sick of me being so negative all the time on YouTube, man. So thank you guys for allowing me. But you know how it is. You got to have your pride as a man, dog. I just can't sit down and do nothing. I got to do something. Let's kick off Super Chat Thursdays, right? Salute my guy. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate that a ton, man. Nah, yeah, Roy overplayed his hand as far as in his career. But Roy, it is. Did you listen to Turkey interview on? No, I did not listen to Turkey's interview on the Boxing Voice. That just tells me that Turkey Alalshiek is. What is Turkey Alalshiek doing on the Boxing Voice? You guys are some funny ass people, bro. Roy has zero defense, Fanon. Yes, he does. Roy Jones Jr. has excellent defense. Excellent. A prime Roy Jones Jr. has excellent reflexes. Excellent. But no, I did not. ATX Mike 512. I did not listen to that. What did he say? Was there anything of importance other than they're not going to have any more pay-per-views because they can't sell pay-per-views? Turkey Alalshiek's problem is, bro, don't nobody want to watch Turkey Alalshiek fight. You know what I mean? Roy is top 15. I'm telling you, at Roy's best, Roy was better than Floyd at Roy's best. Roy's best. Hey, Martin, what are the crowns next to our names in the chat? I got to look. Hold on one second. I don't know. I can't see YouTube, so I got to. Oh, actually, this is how I do it. Hold on one second. Okay, view on YouTube. Let me see. Top fans, dog. You're a top fan, dog. That's for top fans. You're my number one top fan, bro. That's what's up. Top fans. Number of experiences, number of interactions. That's dope. Okay, hold on. Those are crowns, bro. James, top 3 supporters of the channel. Man, that's dope, man. Ninja, you can do a lot of things. Get a hobby, start bird watching, woodworking, or something. Hell no. First of all, I already do all those things. I get up. My hobby is boxing. Hunter Young. I have all of those things. I have my hobby is boxing. I bird watch every day. I ain't doing no goddamn woodworking but I cook. I have a lot of it, man. But hell no, man. I got to talk to people. I need friends, man. You kidding me? Tell Turkey that's what real impressions look like. Exactly. Man, that's dope, bro. But now they're gonna know to attack you, bro. That's funny. Tell Turkey that's what real impressions look like. I will. Now, Roy was definitely a dog. To beat him, you had to stop him. Floyd wasn't doing that. Nah, man. Seriously, man. Look, Roy Jones Jr. just made a mistake coming back down in weight. He made a big error in his career, Martin. I mean, that's what Roy did. He said, Victor J said, Roy has zero defense but went rounds without being hit. The man lost his first real fight when he was 35 years old. When Roy was on top, it was pretty boy Floyd who was never on Roy's level on pound for pound. It's the truth. That is the truth. Y'all forget about Roy, dog. Roy was higher. Dude, Roy was more highly rated than Floyd for years and years and years and years because he was better than Floyd for years and years and years and years. Yeah, it's true. Victor J said Pretty Boy Floyd was Roy's son back then. Yeah, people forget that. But the thing that I was really on him about is the amount of disrespect that Floyd shows his elders. So Floyd is probably one of the most disrespectful people because there's a difference between like what Ali might have said about Ali thinking he was better than Joe Louis. Because those guys are in the same weight class. He feels like he's the best heavyweight of all time. I didn't really... As a kid, but he never disrespected, and he never really disrespected his elders. Once his ass got old enough to know better, you know. I was going through YouTube yesterday, and I saw so many AI channels running content on Tank and other fighters. Corporate media at an all-time low, moving on a robotic level. That's exactly what they're doing. Let me repeat what he said. I was going through YouTube yesterday and saw so many AI channels running content on Tank and other fighters. Corporate media at an all-time low, moving on robot timing. They just lie. And guess what? Then nobody ever has to deal with it because they put these lies out in AI. But you know what? The good thing is, though, people start getting sick of those AI things after a while. But they put out a ton of that content. What did Floyd say about Roy? No, first of all, Floyd said some shit about him being knocked out, about Roy being knocked out. But Floyd was disrespectful to Muhammad Ali. Talking about he's the greatest of all time, how Ali lost to an 8-0 fighter and all this crap, bro. But Roy told the truth, man. Yeah, Roy told the truth. Roe is like, man, you wouldn't have fought the guy. Like, you talk all that crap about him losing to an 8-0 guy, but you would have never fought him. So how can you trust Floyd? Who cares about, seriously, Floyd's 50-0 record? First of all, it's 49-0. To be anybody that's being real fair about this situation with Floyd, Floyd is 49-0, bro. And Floyd did a super bitch move by fighting Conor McGregor in a licensed fight, but yet counting that on his record, bro. There's no way in the world he should have that on his record. Floyd what is that? I'm not sure what he's talking about. Floyd would not have done that. Floyd would not have fought no up and that's like saying Floyd, okay, Errol Spence Jr. comes out, Errol Spence Jr. gets a shot at the champ. You think he's fighting Errol Spence Jr. right out the gate? He's not going to do that. He's going to fight somebody else. Roy can't talk about nobody. His last couple fights, he purposely let people knock him out for a check. Yes, he can talk about whoever he wants to talk about. Yes, he can. He can talk about anybody he wants to talk about because Roy Jones Jr. is a Hall of Fame fighter, bro, and a 4 or 5 division champion. AJ Robbins, he can talk about whoever he wants to talk about. I don't know why y'all don't think y'all some funny ass people. What would make you think that a Hall of Fame fighter doesn't have the right to talk about what he wants to talk about? He can say whatever he wants to talk about. He didn't get knocked out on purpose. Roy's still fighting. Roy will still fight you today. Floyd wouldn't have fought up and comers because they would say people too young and inexperienced. They said that about Canelo, and Canelo had 40 fights and multiple title defenses. No, he wouldn't have done it because he wouldn't have wanted to do it. Let's be real, bro. He could have fought Errol Spence. You think he was going to fight Errol Spence Jr. when Errol Spence Jr. was coming up? Phenomenal Phoenix the Assassin. He wouldn't fight Keith Thurman. How about Keith Thurman? He wasn't ready to fight no Keith Thurman. He fought Andre Berto. He could have fought Keith Thurman. He didn't want to take on anybody like that, man. Be real. If he wanted to take on somebody like that, he would have. You know who he took on like that? Victor Ortiz. Not that, and no joke, bro. I'm a big fan of Floyd Mayweather Jr. I love his career, but also I'm the same age as Roy Jones Jr. and I know what Roy Jones Jr. was. Roy Jones Jr. got ripped off in the Olympics the same way Floyd Mayweather Jr. got ripped off in the Olympics, but Roy Jones Jr. came out of the pros and he was putting on shows, man. He was an electric fighter. He was a much more electric fighter than Floyd was. Nah, let me not say that. Floyd really was like number 2 the entire time. He was originally supposed to fight Andre Berto instead of Shane Mosley, but the earthquake. So what? So what? You got a lot of excuses, Phoenix the Assassin. You got some excuses for Floyd. I don't have any. What's up, Tim Massey? How you feeling? Roy had excuses after the Tarver fight. Yeah, he did. He had excuses after the Tarver fight. Floyd Mayweather. I'm not saying that Floyd Mayweather Jr. I'm not saying that Roy Jones Jr. had a perfect career. So you guys can name all of the Roy did this bad, Roy did that bad. You can name all that stuff you wanted. That was when Andre was considered one of the up-and-comer, but he didn't fight him. So you can't count him because he didn't fight him. He didn't fight him until after. Matter of fact, bro, he didn't fight him till way after he lost to Virgil Ortiz. Nah, I don't know, man, about that, man. After you get done naming all the elite fighters that Floyd fought, please name all the cab drivers that Roy fought. Why? First of all, let me tell you something, Lucky Kennels. After you get done naming all the elite fighters, okay, I'll name. Oh, why would I name all the cab drivers? Why don't I name all the elite fighters that Roy beat? How about I name you the elite fighters that Roy beat? How about we try that? How about Roy beat an undefeated James Toney? How about Roy Jones beat an undefeated beat Bernard Hopkins, and he beat John Ruiz for the heavyweight championship of the world, bro. Those are two of those decisions. Two of those, James Toney and Bernard Hopkins, are, come on, bro, straight cabbies. Man, come on, Jay Henderson. Come on, Jay Henderson. You calling James Toney a cab driver, dog, for real? You cannot possibly be calling James Toney no cab driver, bro. You cannot possibly call a prime Bernard Hopkins as a cab driver, bro. Come on, man. What do you mean Joey was on roids? Oh my God, you guys just making shit up. Now y'all just when did Roy test positive after a fight, bro? Man, you guys need to stop, bro. Anyway, I'm gonna have fun beating y'all at this. I know that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is a great fighter. You guys just don't know how great a fighter Roy Jones Jr. was. That's okay though. Dang, I thought I was gonna get jumped with my little punk $5, but they respect me not. Hell no, you ain't getting jumped. I appreciate that support, bro. Thank you so much, man. I don't remember that he tested. Floyd was on league. Yeah, well, hey, look, bro, let me tell you something, man. What we're not going to do is this shit. You're Phoenix, you insulting Roy Jones Jr. time after time after time after time doesn't take away what Roy Jones Jr. said about Floyd, Phoenix. Phoenix, you be having some, I don't always do this, but Phoenix, you be having some flawed logic from time to time. I am talking about what Floyd. I am not trying to say that Roy Jones Jr. had a great career. He did have a great career. That Roy Jones Jr. is the best thing ever. I'm talking about what he said about Floyd. And in response to me telling you what he said about Floyd, you want to bring up a bunch of insults about him. Bro, we don't need ad hominem attacks, dog. I can sit there and say, and by the way, let me look up this Reggie Hall thing. Because I want to remember this so I can remember it right. Oh, dog. Yeah, but he didn't get suspended for it. Oh, okay. So something happened where he tests positive or something, but he didn't get suspended for it. Thank you for letting me know about that. No, I know you're talking about Richard Hall. I mean, I remember that now, but still, that's to the side of the point. It doesn't make a difference whether or not Floyd had something. I mean, whether or not he added something in the system in 2000. The fact of the matter is, you can call that shit 49 and old death throat. Look, man, I would love to have an intelligent conversation for a second where you can focus on what is being said by Roy Jones Jr. What Roy Jones, hey, dude, I'm going to throw you out of here if you put one more stupid fact in here, okay? Let me tell you, call me Deathstroke. If you put one sentence thing in there, bro, I got to throw you out. Write a complete sentence, bro, because Roy lost 4. This. I'm not saying that Roy is an undefeated fighter, dog. Did you hear me say that Roy Jones Jr. is an undefeated fighter? Did you ever hear me say that this man has never lost in the ring? No, you didn't. So why in the world do you keep putting these little irrelevant facts up? I know that Floyd's record is 50-0. I know that. Why are you giving me these random facts that have nothing, no logic or no argument connected to them? The fact of the matter is that Roy Jones Jr. is a Hall of Fame fighter, bro, who won a heavyweight championship and a middleweight championship. He went from 160 all the way up to heavyweight. Now, I hate to break this to you, but most people that are doing things like that are on steroids. Like Terrence Crawford, who was about to do the exact same thing. But hey, man, something's going to be wrong if I say, hey, man, I think that dude may be juicing. Did you see where Shakur was disrespecting Ray Robinson? Yes, I definitely saw that, man. Phoenix the Assassin, dog, you got to stop that shit, man. I'm telling you, bro, please stop. Can you make an art? Can you talk about what the man said instead of trying to just categorize what the man said? You just want to categorize what the man said. He's been a hater. Yeah, we know Roy don't like Floyd. Floyd don't like Roy. So what? It doesn't make what he said not true. Like, dude, just because you don't like somebody doesn't like somebody doesn't mean what they said was not true. Let us please stick to some logic. Okay? It's really hard on my head when you hit me with ad hominems that have absolutely nothing to do. He ain't wrong for that assumption. He's dead right. Floyd Mayweather Jr. wouldn't fight those guys. Floyd Mayweather Jr. was in a position to fight whoever he wanted to fight. Floyd could have fought Keith Thurman. He didn't fight Keith Thurman. Stop. Floyd Mayweather Jr. didn't fight Errol. He didn't fight Sean Porter. He didn't fight those guys, and he knew he wasn't going to fight those guys. He wasn't going to fight those guys for the same reason some of you guys support Terrence Crawford not fighting Jaron Ennis. A bunch of you guys do that, man. Sugar Ray is the ghost. No, I'm serious, man. Look, that's what Shakur Stevenson gets. Man, AJ Robbins, you're gone, bro. I don't care. I don't like that stuff, man. Just go away, bro. If you just want to say the man is looking for a payday, who are you, bro? I'm sorry, do you have a bunch of money sitting in your pocket? Are you some type of, you got $100 billion out there where you can be smug and tell people that they're doing some shit for the money? Floyd is still fighting. What are you talking about? Floyd is going to go out there. Floyd is still fighting for money. You guys talk all that shit about Floyd, but Floyd is still fighting for money. Floyd is still looking for paydays. Floyd is still out there selling crypto and selling vodka and shit. What are you talking about? Floyd's still looking for paydays, bro. And like, didn't Floyd fight Jake Paul? I mean, Logan Paul? Didn't he fight Logan Paul? Didn't he fight a sparring partner in Japan or something? Big Homie Quell said, don't kill me, but I don't believe Ali is the best boxer skill-wise. I don't agree with Floyd. I don't disagree with Floyd. That's not what Floyd said, though. Floyd said Muhammad Ali is not a top 5 all-time fighter, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Because if Ali is not a top 5, Floyd's not top 15. Because Floyd's career is nowhere near as like Ali's is. Like, for Floyd to say that about Ali is ridiculous. Floyd didn't beat nowhere near the fighters that Ali has beaten, man. He ain't fought the killers Ali fought. Ali was fighting straight up killers. Guys that will knock your fucking head right off your shoulders, bro. He's not fighting those guys. No, I don't agree with everything he said. He said we've never seen Floyd challenge. We've seen Floyd challenge. Floyd was challenged against Jose Luis Castillo. He was. That's the truth. Man, Ali fought everybody. Ali fought everybody in the division. You can't there's no division that Floyd fought in where he fought and beat everybody in that division. I mean, everybody. Come on, man. Ali's resume is way better than Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s, man. Way better. Way better. Floyd has probably never walked into the ring as an underdog before, except for maybe Diego Corrales. But Floyd got some crazy fights at 130. I ain't gonna lie. Floyd ain't fought the killers he fought, nor how many fights he fought or rounds. That's my point. Great point. Ali is fighting 15 rounds. And he's fighting the number 1 guy. He's fighting the number 2 guy. He's fighting the number 3 guy. And all those guys were all in the rankings. The guys were all in the rankings at the same time. Floyd is just disrespectful, bro, because Floyd is jealous, man. And I don't care what they say. Floyd is jealous of Muhammad Ali because he could have made Ali. First of all, Floyd right now probably ain't worth as much as Ali was worth when he died. I thought we was talking about chinny ass Roy, not Ali. Stop. No. I'm not deflecting. I'm talking about your boy Floyd's utter disrespect of Muhammad Ali, and that's what his ass deserves and get in that fight. This is cool. We can argue about this, though. This is a fun argument. I don't have Floyd top 5 in his own. I got Floyd number 1 in this century for sure. I don't have Floyd top 5 in his own weight class with Sugar Ray, Tommy Hearns, and Julio Cesar Chavez. No, I can't even tell you. See, most times, though, it's really tough for anybody to really say who the top fighters are, really. Because so many errors we don't really know. Let me tell you something, boy. Let me tell you something, Dom C. So Floyd is disrespectful, but Roy Jones ain't. Last time I checked, Roy Jones is older than Floyd. Last time I checked. Last time I checked, the way that it works. See, let me tell you what you young niggas don't know. There's something called deference. If you don't know the word deference, understand the word deference. Okay? Deference is giving into the opinions of others. When you're dealing with your seniors, You're supposed to show them deference. That's the problem with Floyd. And that's the problem that Roy said he had with Floyd. He doesn't show respect to his elders. So now, after Floyd, you got a bunch of disrespectful brats like Devin Haney disrespecting Floyd. Floyd wants his, guess what? Floyd is going to want his respect from younger fighters when he gets older. But he would not give older fighters respect when he was younger. That's the problem with Floyd. Period. He won't show deference. He won't show deference to his elders. And the fact of the matter is, Roy Jones Jr. is his elder. So if Roy wants to look at a kid he saw come up, because you remember Roy was what? The 88, what was he? What Olympics was Roy in? Roy is my age, so Roy was in the 88 Olympics? Roy was what, 88? Some shit like that? Like, y'all forget Roy was in Roy was in the 88 Olympics. 88 Olympics. He was in the 9, and he might have been in the next one, 92, right? 88 Olympics, yeah. He's in the 88. Floyd's best prime win was Corrales, for real, for real. Yeah, man, look, honestly, I think Floyd's best win, I got Floyd's best win being, man, honestly, man, his best win is really Manny Pacquiao. I just think Floyd is disrespectful, bro. Floyd was 96. Okay, so there you go. They're like 8 years apart. If Floyd doesn't like Ali, he doesn't like Ali. He likes Duran better than Ali. He picks dudes who fought in different ways. That's his. No, that's disrespectful as the fuck is what that is. No, Hunter Young, that's disrespectful as the fuck is what that is. Roberto Duran's mama would not put him over Ali. No, that's just disrespectful, Hunter Young. It's just disrespectful. And that's all that is. For you to put Roberto Duran over Muhammad Ali is flat out disrespectful, is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Like, there's no comparison between Roberto Duran and Muhammad Ali. None. That's disrespectful as fuck to put Roberto Duran above Muhammad Ali. That is disrespect. Dog, Jay Henderson, I don't give a shit. It's still disrespectful. I don't have to like Usain Bolt, but if I put anybody over Usain Bolt, I'm a damn lie. At a certain point in time, you have to have some integrity with your honesty. You have to be honest. If I was to tell you that Roberto Duran was better than a guy that carried boxing for 20 fucking years, Ali carried boxing the entire sport in the 1960s. He carried the entire sport in the 1970s. Roberto Duran was on his undercard. How are you going to tell a man that somebody that used to fight on his undercard is greater than him? Come on, man. That nigga's a lightweight. How are you going to say that Roberto Duran, who was fighting on his Ali is the greatest fighter, the greatest boxer, as far as almost every stat that there is. The only thing that you guys can talk about Ali is you don't like his technique. That shit is ridiculous, bro. You guys don't have shit to say about Ali other than the fact that you don't like his technique. I don't like that he doesn't hold his hands high enough. He's not great. Why? Because he's not cookie cutter? You know what I'm saying? Who won a foot? No. Yes, it can. You absolutely can. Because you know why? You can. You know why you can? Because Usain Bolt didn't run on the same material that Jesse Owens ran on. Usain Bolt did not run with the same technology that Carl Lewis did. So I could absolutely say, without a doubt, I can say that Usain Bolt is a better sprinter than Carl Lewis, even though the materials are different. It would be crazy. And you think I don't want to say that Carl Lewis is better than Usain Bolt? But that's okay. I'll put it in. Let's go Roberto Duran. How many championships has he won? How many number ones has he beaten in a weight class? How many years has he reigned? He did have a long reign, though, at lightweight. But that's disrespectful to compare Roberto Duran to Muhammad Ali. First of all, Roberto Duran is fighting midgets. And I want to tell y'all, it's not the same thing to fight a midget as it is to fight Sonny Liston, okay? Now, what happened when Roberto Duran got in there with somebody that was a one-hitter quitter? Boom, his ass got slept and dropped on his face. He talking about hip. No, let me tell you, Faheem Sator knows damn well that Muhammad Ali is a greater fighter than Floyd Mayweather Jr. is. You know he is. You absolutely positively know he is. There's no comparison between the two of those guys, man. None. And Floyd Mayweather Jr., let me tell you something, man. Floyd Mayweather Jr. at his height of his career he made his money because people were getting stuck on that pay-per-view model. If Floyd Mayweather had to fight at the same time Ali had to fight, matter of fact, dude, he's only there because they got rid of the heavyweights in America. To be fair, I'm not going to be fair. There's no comparison. Well, I will be fair. There's no comparison between Roberto Duran and Muhammad Ali. Number one, at heavyweight, you can't get hit with the same shit you get hit with at lightweight. You can't. If you don't know what was going to happen with these guys that are weighing over 200 pounds, bro, and hit like a ton of bricks, man. Who said he did a shoulder roll? Ali didn't do no damn shoulder roll. Sonny took a dive. Come on, man. Stop that shit. Yeah, he did. He took a dive, all right, so he wouldn't get his ass whooped. He took a dive, all right, so he wouldn't get his ass whooped. That's what I would have done too. If I was gonna fight Cassius Clay, I would have jumped on the ground too. His ass jumped to the ground as fast as he could jump to that ground because he was gonna get his ass massacred, is what was gonna happen. Floyd is my all-time favorite fighter. Is my favorite fighter all time. Muhammad Ali was different. Floyd doesn't compare his status at all. Ali is worldwide. Respect to Phoenix the Assassin. No joke. If I had to fight Cassius Clay, I would jump my ass on the ground too. Floyd ain't never been dropped by a Brit. No, he ain't never been dropped by a Brit either. Hey, Faheem, Ali ain't never went to jail for beating up a woman. Hey, Ali ain't never went to jail for beating up a woman, Faheem. What about that? Hey, Ali ain't never felt the necessity to duke up a woman. Nah, I'm going to get in trouble on Gervonta. I'm telling you, it's you little niggas that be doing that shit, man. He got them little nigga problems, man. That was low for him. I apologize. I apologize, dog. Hey, I got that. I know that ain't right. I'm lying. That ain't right. That ain't right. That wasn't right. It was a low blow. I shot a low blow. Mayweather is the greatest all time for me. I ain't taking nothing from Ali. That's fair. I'm going to tell you right now, Ali would beat his ass, though. What's up, Arena? My daddy will whoop your daddy. That's what I want to say. I mean, big boy will beat little boy. But Ali did support a guy who was impregnating underage girls. Dog, let me tell you something, man. Ali did not support a guy who was impregnating underage girls. He did not support him. He followed him. He was a member of the Nation of Islam, man. He said Ninja is a woman beater. No, I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking, bro. I'm just joking, bro. Jesus is king. What up, man? Mayweather, great. Look, let me tell you something. Floyd ain't no Mayweather, dog. I mean, Floyd, he's talking about the honorable Elijah Muhammad. Yeah, but look, man. Look, bro, can I tell you something? Since I heard that Turki Alalshiek wants ring card boys, he said it's true. And you know the bad thing is too, it is very true. It's very true. Floyd, yes, he did. He fought a lot of guys in their prime when he's on the way up. Floyd fought a lot of guys in his prime. Man, Floyd started doing shoulder rolls, pull counters, weaving. Ali gonna think that shit was witchcraft. Man, Ali would punch that nigga right in his chest and drop that little nigga to the ground. What are you talking about? Ali would pop his ass in the top of the head for about an hour and a half, nigga. Like 45 minutes of slapping him in the mouth, bro. Dude, you understand what Ali would do? Like, seriously, man, don't talk about Ali fighting Floyd now. Come on, we got to keep it. When we talk about Ali and Floyd, we got to keep that shit we got to keep it hypothetical. You know what I mean? You can't go talking about like Ali, like Floyd beating Ali. Like that right there, first of all, is a level of casual boxing fan that we immediately have to address, okay? Because we have to remind you about weight class. But I'm telling you right now, man, Floyd Mayweather Jr. in real life would not last around with Ali. Ain't no way, bro. All he would do is just start lighting off on his ass. What was he gonna do? Dog, I'm telling you, Muhammad Ali would knock out. I love doing this because this really makes people mad, bro. Ali would just walk across the ring and start beating that man half to death. And guess what? His arms are too short. He couldn't do anything about it. Man, Ali did bust a bunch of pull counters, but bro, this nigga is not gonna touch him. Hey, I had a meeting, but I'm here now. Fanon, did you see Turkey put up a video saying he and DAZN will stop pay-per-views for their boxing match because they're losing money because fans streaming fights? Whoa! Because they're losing money? You finally admitted that you're losing money because they're streaming fights? They're still going to stream your shit because you got a subscription on their dumbass. They're still going to steal it because it's going to be behind a subscription wall. So they're still going to stream it. Making it for free is not going to help you, man. You guys are some business dodos. Making it free is not going to work, dog. Your fights are losing money because you're paying too much money. You're making fights that are not organic. You're not from the United States, so get out. But you said Turkey was losing money for day one. Yeah, they can't make no money, man. You can't make no money. Floyd Mayweather can't touch Ali. Hey, I just can't wait for the next superstar. Well, you already got Gervonta. Troy, okay. I want to talk to you about that pay-per-view stuff. Link. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no worries. Sure. We leaving my Ali alone. Let me tell you something, though. I got to be very, 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 very honest about something. I love Ali so much that anybody got anything bad to say about Ali, dog, I ain't got no time for you. I'm going to tell you right now. See, when I was a kid, you say something about Ali and you coming up about Ali, you might get your ass whooped for saying something about him. That's how much Ali was loved, man. Turkey making donations to boxing. That's all. That's it. Floyd broke the Big Show's nose at WrestleMania. Yeah, he did. Ali will whoop his ass, though, bro. Fanon, let me get this link for Phoenix. Hold on one second. Please support in the chat today so I don't have to do no videos. Because I swear to God, I am not living off my wife's checkbook. Because the only way I don't have to work no more is if I live off the money we got, and I don't want to have to ask her for everything. Fanon, have you checked? Yeah, I have. Have you checked on Moses Atumwa, the next Mike Tyson? Yeah, I don't know, man. I've seen him. He don't look like no next Mike Tyson to me. But isn't that Egyptian? Isn't like a light-skinned African Brit guy? No, I haven't seen it, but I'll check him out though. I'm still looking for Fabio Warbly to come to the United States, man. King of hating in the building.
Yo, what's good, man?
You good? What's up? What's up?
Hear me?
Is
my mic coming through?
No, you're good.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna say, like, yeah, man, like Muhammad Ali was different, man. That's the thing that people not getting. Like, so even though Muhammad Ali had losses, like he still went back and beat those dudes. And that's something you're not seeing a lot of fighters do these days. It's like Muhammad Ali, you couldn't say that he was afraid of any challenge. You couldn't say that he was ducking nobody. Like the dude, like any hate they had for him was political. You know, they couldn't hate on what he was doing in the ring. Like he was out there, he would crush people's spirits. Like he took away their will to fight. So you know that's one thing that people don't realize about Ali. Like I've gone back and watched like every fight of his that I could find on YouTube. Like I don't know, this shit beautiful. And if you love boxing, then that's something I would say that anybody should go back. So yeah, we're going to talk about this Turkey stuff. Man, this dude's screwing up. Like, you remember when he first came in? You remember when DAZN first came in and they said they was not going to do any pay-per-views at all?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they started doing pay-per-views. And then all of a sudden, they started doing pay-per-view bundles. and then they're increasing their prices. My whole thing is like when they released their earnings statements or whatever back in February and realized that they 1.46 billion in the hole, 1.46 billion in losses. And they're talking about we're gonna get rid of pay-per-view. So what they're gonna up the subscription price? Is that what they're gonna do to compensate? They're gonna increase the subscription price? Or what's Turkey gonna do about money? He gonna hike the ticket prices up? Because like or maybe without pay-per-view, he's trying to get people ready for that TKO pay scale. Maybe that's what it is. But I have a suspicion though. I have a suspicion because looking at it now, you got basically everyone except Al Heyman over there with Turkey on the zone, right? And of course, Al Heyman will go ahead and let them lease one of his fighters, you know, like David Benavidez, and it's crazy. They're gonna start this no pay-per-view shit on David Benavidez Day on his fight with Anthony Yard. So it's like, okay, David Benavidez is making a name for himself, and he's on the he's going up. He's going up now, and they're talking about, yeah, we're gonna start this no pay-per-view stuff on his fight day. Why they doing that to a PBC fighter, especially one whose name could be blowing up? And at the same time, like, because Al Heyman's like the only one that's not over there, like, I don't know, my suspicion is that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna say, man, PBC is the only one charging pay-per-view, so y'all shouldn't be watching them. You should watch us because all you pay is a subscription and you get all these pay-per-views that would normally be pay-per-view, they're gonna be free if you pay the subscription each month. But Al Heyman's not doing that. Al Heyman's over here, going ahead and charging y'all outrageous pay-per-view prices. Maybe they're gonna do that to go ahead and try and kill pay-per-view purchases for PBC. So that way they can say, hey, Javante, go ahead and come on over because you can't do pay-per-views anymore, but you got us. We got that Saudi money.
There's a flawed logic in that. Not yours logic, in their logic. Number one, people don't want to pay $20 a month subscription for some shit where it is a pay-per-view because I'm only going to watch maybe one event a month. Number two, nobody fucking knows DAZN, so it doesn't matter if you give it away or not. Nobody has the shit. They're not gonna be able to do shit till they dump DAZN and go over to fucking Netflix or go to Amazon Prime where people can easily watch these fights without going through a bunch of drama. Most people had HBO when Floyd was doing good pay-per-views or had access to Showtime because everybody in America knows what Showtime is. They know what HBO is, but they don't know what DAZN is. So unless you can really do something to get DAZN's platform well known, you're not going to be able to grow these fighters that way. It's just not going to work.
Nope, and that's the crazy part because then after that you got to look at the fighters and promoters like, okay, so what's Turkey gonna do about purses? It's like, yeah, no one's making back end money now because they already wasn't making back end before. So whatever losses they had, those losses are going to be more because they don't have anything coming in from pay-per-view to go ahead and kind of offset it in whatever little way it did in the first place. So now they're going to be at more losses. So like, what? Is Turkey going to find some more magical money to give them, or is it going to, go ahead and start giving people more houses now? Like, what's going on? And if the fighters ain't happy, because that's the whole reason they was over there. Like, yeah, we want that turkey bag. And it's like, okay, are these purses still going to be the same or smaller? And then the promoters, they're going to have all these fighters that probably not going to want to fight, and then they're going to be looking to, maybe jump ship and go work with Al Heyman and see if they can get on the pay-per-view still. Like, I don't know. It just seemed like it's a lot of nonsense going on, especially for DAZN, because again, like they already had a whole bunch of losses. Like, shoot, their losses would probably be up to 2 billion by the end of this year. So that's why I'm just like, I don't see how this is gonna make any of them fighters happy, especially a fighter like Devin Haney, who been upset that he ain't been able to get the same type of payday. Or I don't know who's more upset between him and Bill about not getting the payday.
I agree with my wife. I would agree with my wife in order for me to continue my channel that I will no longer death threat Bill Haney and Devin Haney. So
okay.
I can no longer threaten them because my wife is going to kick me off YouTube. So
please
hold. And
Okay.
my wife was very specific about that.
Okay, then we could talk about he who shall not be named. You
Thank
know,
you.
so he who shall
He
not be
must not
named
be
and having a
named.
hard time on them undercards, man. Like I don't undercard boy. Undercard boy, that's a superhero name. Like he been having some issues, because he's not making the money he wants. And a lot of other fighters too that's kind of in that same boat. Like we're seeing that's why Bud's going on to fight Canelo because Errol Spence was his one big payday. We got Shakur Stevenson. He's still looking for his big payday right now because he's in his third weight class. And it's not like every fighter is gonna do what like Roy Jones, Ray Leonard, Oscar, and them did where they become
Hey, can I do two
champions. And
things real fast? Just real fast.
yeah,
Jeep Red Boy with the $20 holler, brother. Thank you so much. And man, Jeep Red Boy, thank you for supporting the channel, bro. You are like the best, man. Thank you, man. And my guy Jay Henderson said, put a channel, love the show. Floyd over everybody. I gotta love it. I gotta respect it. If Floyd's your guy, let it be your guy. Go ahead, brother.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, like a lot of these guys that's coming up, like they're not gonna be 5 weight division champions like Roy Jones, Floyd, Oscar De La Hoya. I think was he 4 or 5, and then a lot of other guys, like a lot of them right now that's been coming up since Floyd and Pacquiao retired. They've been champions in 3 weight classes. Maybe some of them get 4, but a lot of times it's 3 if they really something out of the ordinary. So it's one of those things for me where it's like, okay, what's it going to look like as far as longevity in the sport? And are fighters going to end up having to fight more often? They're going to start having to fight, 3 times a year instead of 2 to go ahead and make up some money, or what's going to happen? They're going to have to start looking for endorsement deals and start, selling their own merch, like shit, you know. So that's
Hey,
the whole thing for
Turkey
me.
has the way these dudes are gonna make money on OnlyFans.
Hey, Devin already on
Turkey
there.
said, "Hey, I'll join your OnlyFans."
Ah,
I think that dude Fugazi, bro. I ain't gonna lie, dog. I think he makes Fugazi, dog.
man, like that. See, that's the issue. Crazy to me. 'Cause I'm just like, man, I don't get it because we like you being saying that the turkey money gonna be different eventually. And it's just like, okay, how is it that these promoters is going like if they're gonna just sit by and like let that be the case, or they're gonna stop working with Turkey? Like I don't know how that whole relationship between them works. You know what I mean? So that's the part that really got me questioning this is like what how is this like in the interest of
I can explain it.
the
What
fighters?
scenario are you looking these questions on? The fact that he's not going to have pay-per-view?
Well, yeah. The fact he's not gonna have pay-per-view, which means like no like even decreased chance of fighters
Oh, I'll
making
tell you
money on
what's
the
going to
back end.
happen. These dudes are getting smart. They're about to get smart. If it's going to be okay to a certain extent. It's not going to make you big, but not having pay-per-view will at least make people that have the app watch the fight. So, I mean, but no, he's going to have to do it in a guarantee. He's going to have to, because if there's no back end money coming from it, then you're going to have to do it in a guarantee. But hey, man, don't get paid. What's the Saudi currency? I don't know whatever their currency is. You better get it in US dollars, man. Don't do that crypto shit and don't do net profit, because there ain't gonna or net, yeah, ain't no profit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas did net profit when there ain't no profit.
It's gonna be negative profit.
Yeah,
Like man, you're gonna end up having to pay some of the money back.
yep. And I'm telling you, man. Also, I think they made that change because I flipped out on them niggas looking like they laundering money. Like, because why are you, if you're paying all this, you don't care about losing money. Why are you making it a pay-per-view? What are you doing with the pay-per-view? That's what I said. I think these dudes got busted because these dudes is doing funny ass, fugazi ass shit because you're losing all this money, but yet you're still charging people. Why are you charging people, Turkey? And as soon as I said it, his ass, and I said it to him, he flips and changes his mind and he goes to the boxing voice. Turkey, you're watching me, bro. You're not going to be successful, dog. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, the other thing is like, shoot, I don't even think it matters if we got a subscription to the Zone or not. Cause he putting them out on YouTube the next day.
Makes no sense. He giving it away for
know?
free. Giving it away for free the next day, right in the face of people that paid all that money for it after having bought that subscription. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
bad. But he's a monarch. He's from a monarchy. He's not from a capitalist, he's not from the land of the capitalists. In a capitalist world where we live under, You have to capitalize on every opportunity to make profit. They will throw money away, burn money, because they're a monarchy. They're not held responsible to balance in their books. They're not going to get voted out of office or anything like that. They're there from the beginning to the end of their lives. But you come over here, man, it's tough competition for every single solitary thing, man. You know? And you got
Yep.
I mean, for now, you have to control your minions, big bruh. No, I don't. I'm gonna throw you the fuck out for saying that shit the next time you do it, Dork Vader. Okay, I'm gonna delete that comment, but then the next time, Dork Vader, I'm gonna throw your ass out, bro. People with wrenches. This to the extent that you can have one outside your family is a boxing family. In the morning, we get together, we talk every day, bro. We ain't looking for new members and all of that shit. If you guys want to come in and be good participants.
Oh, your mic cut out.
Yeah, you can. If you want to come in and be a good contributor to the conversation, then bro, we'll eventually give you a wrench. Then shit, we'll be chopping it up every, very, very often, if not every day. But bro, you're not gonna jump up in here for 2 days, leave a couple comments to get read, and think you're gonna tell people what they're gonna do. Next time you tell somebody to get control of their minions, the minion's gonna block you. Because I ain't got no minions. How the hell I got a minion that I need? Okay. I need these people. I don't need you. Go ahead, man. Sorry.
Have people do him the way Ice did Chavez Jr. They still can't find that man.
Snatch your ass up and put you in a box.
That's if it was even Ice, because they say he's not even. Because when Ice they arrest him, when they put him in the database, they say he's not even showing up in the database.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's crazy.
Dork Vader, you said Floyd wasn't top 5 and I got muted. Okay, you got muted. Then you spoke. So then you asked me to do something about my minion. Them muting you, I'll say, hey, that's not worth getting muted over. You calling them minions, though, that's worth getting blocked for, bro. Okay? You don't got to insult people, man, just because they muted you. There's a bunch of, we got a bunch of, what they used to call y'all, Floyd. What they used to, it was Pactards, and what was the other one?
They call it like Floydians or something like that.
Floyd idiots. What they used to call Floyd fans, man, because they call them Pactards and Flomos. They call them Flomos. It was Flomos. Yeah, they used to call Floyd fans Flomos.
Man, stuff was getting crazy during that time, man. Like 07, 20, like shoot, whenever they fought in 2015, like, man, the internet was something else with boxing at that time. Shit was crazy. But man, like shoot, I
hope we get there again. Shit, can we get to another Manny Pacquiao Floyd fight? Like a real big fight? Because that was a real big fight that they didn't have to add. Fucking Terrence Crawford ruining that fucking Errol Spence Terrence Crawford shit.
Yeah.
With all his bullshit. But
they said Floyd and Pacquiao was different.
What'd you say?
I was saying like the Floyd and Pacquiao shoot, that was different because both of them was taking out like the guys who everyone thought was the top of their weight classes. Like and both of them wasn't like doing this thing where they was taking like, easy fights against no names so they could stay undefeated or not lose until they fought each other. Like they was fighting dudes who was real risk, like legitimately in the eyes of the public. Like even for the hardcore fans. And that's the thing that people don't understand. Like for a fight to be that big, it got to appeal not just to the hardcore fans, but to the casuals as well. So like at that time, like Floyd was doing a lot of promotion for that shit, from live streams to going on like we seen him, like he went ahead and fought the Big Show. He had Triple H and 50 Cent walking him out. He had even Machine Gun Kelly up in his camp. He had Justin Bieber coming to train at the Mayweather gym.
Yeah, he was.
He was on Dancing with the Stars and all that. Like she was doing everything and appealing to every single type of audience he could think of, from music to entertainment to whatever else. And that's the thing, like, if you want to fight to be big, you got to have fighters like that people actually want to see. And I know I said it before, but like, man, those guys who struggle and got to go over to Turkey, like they're going to be affected by this situation because they haven't really had fights where the general public was like, oh, that's a good fight. He could probably lose that one. Right? It's been hardcore fans mostly that's invested in these fights, but it's not been something where the whole crowd or the whole world or everything is looking at it like Ryan Garcia and Tank. Ryan Garcia and Tank is the most recent one.
No, because if you ask somebody like about these fighters. Like they don't know who they are. They
Nope.
don't know who they are. I see you. Hey, real quick. That's why I cut you real quick. Marcus Bridges says, get the fuck out, dork. Ain't no minions around here with the $5 holler. No joke, bro. Ain't no minions around here, bro. These niggas ain't no minions. These people do not agree with me for the sake of. Would you concur that me and you will disagree and not have a problem disagreeing?
Oh yeah, we disagreed on a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, and they got no problem disagreeing, man. Ain't no minions around here. And Lowe said, where do you think Dev would be if Turkey never came? I think he would be, I think he would be up underneath Bob Arum's nutsack so deep that he couldn't extract himself from it. That's
You
where
be
I
on
think,
YouTube.
you know. No, I think he'd be with Bob Arum. I think he would have stuck if he didn't have Turkey. I don't know where he'd be, honestly. I don't know where he'd be.
You know what's funny about that is like, man, I heard this guy the other day talking, but yeah, Devin Haney promotes his fights. He got DHP. Man, you know.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. I'm gonna finish. I just want to make sure I talk to people out Bannon. Look,
gotcha.
Isn't that the point to build new stars? Turkey Alalshiek is not going to be able to build any stars on DAZN. It's not going to happen. You can't do it. That's like you're saying you're going to build a basketball star at a local park. It's not going to work. If you want to build a big name basketball star, he needs to go to a big name program. He needs to go to he needs to go to Kentucky. He needs to go to Duke. He needs to go to USC, UCLA, Big Ten school, something in order for him to get there. No, man, ain't no way, bro. You're going to have to, the stars are going to be built on platforms where people can see them. You can't build stars in your basement. Stars are in the sky where everybody can see them. Everybody can see stars. That's why you call them a star, something everybody can see. You guys ain't got no star. They're not making stars. They're making little fucking, they're making shadow animals on a wall and some shit like this. You know? They're making shadow animals on a wall. They're not making no stars. What's your take?
They little stars. They twinkle. That's it. That's it. I say, man, you know, they looking at the landscape right now. The fighters that Turkey is going to get is, and I've said it before, it's going to be those guys that don't really have any direction, and then you know they're looking to fight as a pro, don't know anything about it, don't have like any support for people pushing them, and they're going to end up in a bad situation, and you know think like what they getting is good because you remember that TKO pay scale, like the highest is 750,000 for a title defense, right? So like looking at that, it's like okay, you know Top Rank and all these other promoters, they got people out there watching the Olympics. They got people out there watching the Golden Gloves, the national championships, all that to see, okay, who's somebody who could be a big star. So like they're gonna try to get them. And so if they when they know that Top Rank is there, when they know Golden Boy is there, when they know PBC is there, like at least here in the United States, and then you know over in the UK, okay, they know Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn is gonna be over there. Like shoot, they know that hey, those are the people that's gonna be putting on fights. So they're not gonna be looking for any of this other nonsense unless they're just misguided and decide, okay, let me go ahead and sign up for this TKO mess, right? I don't think there's gonna be anybody worth mentioning. Like it's gonna be them people that you normally maybe see on the Contender, and it's no bash on the Contender, but like
niggas, bro. Go ahead, man. I'm listening.
Okay, yeah, it's like it's no bash on the Contender. It's just like, man, you know, those guys didn't like there were a few of them that blew up, but then like most of them didn't. But like because it was the same type of thing like the Ultimate Fighter did when they had like, you know, two either retired or current fighters coaching two different teams and like they do an elimination tournament and eventually like the final fight, they go ahead and fight for a UFC contract. Like if they win, they get a UFC contract. Don't know how long it's for, but that's what they get. If they win, then they get to go ahead and you know, be in UFC, you know, events. So it's gonna be guys like that, like maybe that no one knows about and everything, because the good ones are gonna have scouts on them, right? So I don't really think that he's gonna be able to build any stars because they're not gonna be fighting in the same place that other stars are fighting, right? Like it's very few people, unless you're a hardcore boxing fan, like shoot, some people who consider themselves hardcore fans but ain't never watched the World Series of Boxing, you know? And World Series of Boxing, like you'll see like a lot of good fighters from a whole bunch of different countries. Like Cuba normally be mopping people, but you see some good people from Russia and Ukraine too. So like a lot of hardcore fans don't even watch that, and that's something that's been a thing. So it's like, okay, you really think they're going to watch something new? They're going to look at it as some type of sideshow. And then when you see like the bigger names that people recognize for what it's worth, they're going to be looking at the people on those undercards. So that's one of the things for me where I don't really think this is going to be good for any fighter who's established and knows like okay, like it's basically like this. Everybody got that one friend, that female friend that's in a bad relationship every other week. It's like, man, you see your post on Facebook or something. I know my worth. I'm not gonna be sticking around with these bums anymore. I know my worth. But that's what these fighters gonna be sounding like when they with Turkey and there's no pay-per-view and no big paydays no more. They're gonna be saying, I know my worth. I don't want to stick around this shit. But that's what they're gonna be in. And then they're gonna be looking for where they can go to go ahead and get the money that they feel they worth. And that's why a lot of them went to Turkey in the first place. So now that part of that's going away. Okay, what they gonna do next, right? That's the way that I look at it. Apart from that, last thing I was gonna say is ready for this fight weekend. Gary Russell Jr. looking like he ain't lost a step. I'm ready to see him back in the ring. So that's something that's exciting for me. I know he had his media workout. I think it was yesterday. So
Oh, I gotta go check
uh,
that out.
yeah, he was looking good. Like his hands still fast and everything. Like dude looked like he been staying in shape and everything, even though he ain't been fighting. So, that was exciting to see. We got Pacquiao and Barrios. Like, dude, Pacquiao still saying Floyd ducking him and he want a rematch.
Hey man, that man won his smoke. That
Hey,
man's, I don't care if it's 30 years later, man. Get in the ring. Hey, Floyd need to, though. All that exhibition shit Floyd doing, Floyd does need to get that, man. Does need to do that again. If you're gonna keep doing these exhibitions, you might as well. But Floyd
yeah.
wanna sit on it, man. Hey man, I'm about to wrap up though in a couple minutes, man. So let me let you ride.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right, brother. Thank you, King
Take
of
it easy.
Hayden. Peace. King of Hayden, always. Boxing is going to be a great place. Floyd and Roy had their time. I like that statement. What statement did I not like? Fame and money-wise, Floyd and Canelo was bigger in terms of legacy and impact on the sport. Bud and Canelo was bigger. No, it's not. There's nothing big about Bud and Canelo. Son Guko, there's nothing big about Canelo Alvarez and Bud and Canelo, except for the amount of money they're going to lose. What's on the line if Bud, he's an ATG? No, man, no. Floyd already beat the guy years ago. So I'm not trying to hear that shit. Drop a link. Oh, okay. All right, there you go. Oh, let me get that. Hey, thank you, Marcus Bridge, for that super chat there. That's the link is, if you want to talk real fast. They all went with Turkey because giving money to everybody, but all money isn't good money. Honestly, man, they didn't go with Turkey because Turkey's not a promoter. On the real, nobody can go with Turkey because Turkey's not a promoter. You know what I'm saying? That's the big thing. Turkey is not a promoter. Oh, can anybody explain something to me? Weren't there tickets sold on Allegiant Stadium for the 13th on Allegiant Stadium on StubHub? How is it that they could buy them then, but now they're just announcing that they're finally going on sale? Can somebody ask me something? Pull out Bandit. I could have sworn that there were tickets for sale on some website that they were selling it, but now they're announcing that the pre-sale of tickets are going to go on sale on StubHub. Thank you. Why? I wonder why they were selling tickets ahead of time. These people are completely. Look, I'm going to tell you, but how can you resell if you don't already have the tickets? Don't you? You can only resell it if you can buy the tickets, and the tickets aren't for sale yet. No, you can't be resellers because the resellers would have had to have the tickets, but they didn't have the tickets because there was no event scheduled. The tickets are going on sale now. Pre-sale tickets are going on now. Anyway, I guess I had a bad connection. I hope Victor gets his ass caught up. Chavez is going to snitch. Oh, you know it. Oh, you know it. Oh, you know it. Phoenix the Assassin, how can I help you, sir?
Oh yeah, man. That was the other thing I was saying. The tickets, those are out there too now, and they're charging crazy prices. I seen they got different packages and stuff because like you can go to the Allegiant Stadium site and it takes you to like this other thing where they're talking about premium packages for it. And then like they got like silver, they got gold, they got platinum or whatever. And like they was talking about like 12 and 17,000 for some of the tickets
These
for
guys
Floyd
are
Canelo.
high. Look, anyway, go ahead and be whoever wants to pay that dumb amount of money for that fight. Go ahead. What's going on, Anton? I can be on another.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say like with that, like if they charge you $17,000, like shoot, you could go ahead and buy yourself a new little car with that. But shoot, if they charging that much, man, they better come with chariots pulled by camels and unlimited curry and shit if they're gonna charge that. Because
They're
man,
having
man,
gift bags and ring card boys. You know what they got. They
I
got
buy
gift
some.
bags and ring card boys.
I could buy
and Diddy's
property
baby oil.
with that money. I could buy some land with 17,000.
You could buy Diddy's
Uh,
baby oil collection for that.
Yes, sir. What's on your mind, Anton?
That'd be out.
I'm chilling, man. I wanted to apologize. We got disconnected yesterday. You know, I be driving these trucks. I was in a bad area.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, we was having a good conversation. But I was listening to the Floyd Mayweather Roy Jones saga. I think Roy was like, they got their little problems and stuff, but I do think what Roy was saying had some little bit of truth to it. Now, I'm a Floyd Mayweather fan. A lot of us are, but
Yeah, I'm a Floyd fan. I don't like Floyd fucking with Ali, but I'm a fan.
yeah, I do feel like he don't really give a lot of credit to past or present fighters. Like I don't really never see him really like bigging up other fighters like unless they sign to him. He don't really talk about the greats like that. Like and all of the
No,
greats
he's
say
okay.
good things
No,
about him. Like,
no, he's okay. He's okay with shitting on the greats, though.
oh yeah, for sure.
He's okay with shitting on him. Talking about Ali. Talking about Ali. Man, dude, you wouldn't have fought the guys. And then plus, honestly, man, how tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Okay, so you 5'7". What are you about? Like 160?
I wish I was. I'm 180.
Oh, you're 180? All right,
Yeah.
bro. So you ever seen somebody that's like 6'5", 6'5", and 270, 250?
Well, my
You know
dad's
how
6'5", he about 230, so not
yeah, but see,
270, yeah.
yeah, but you see the difference. Like you feel that big ass difference, bro. That's not the same thing fighting a guy. You fighting a guy that's 5'7", right around your size, but fighting somebody 6'4", that with big ass plate hands, they will dizzy you. That's not the same thing. And Floyd, I always think these guys act like just because you beat a welterweight, that means if you were bigger, you would have beat a heavyweight. No, that is not because those dudes are big ass boys that hit very hard, bro. And there's no weight class there. That's a gladiator weight class. There's no weight. Every time you move up in weight, you still have that weight restriction. These guys Ali never had a weight restriction. He could fight guys weighing 20 pounds heavier than him, right? Weighing 215, 220, weighing 230, 235, and he's 220. I mean, that's not the same. I just think it's not the same thing, bro. It's like a bunch of little people playing basketball, but then you got to play basketball and Shaq is in the middle of the fucking lane. That's not the same thing. You know what I mean? These pros got to shoot over Shaq. If you ain't got no 7-footers in the lane, I don't want to talk about how great a basketball players are. Because Floyd, even in them niggas be shooting basketball, acting like they all that. Nigga, you ain't got nobody 6'6" and above in that lane when you doing all that shit. You know what I mean? But real ballers got to actually do that shit over guys 7'1", 7'2". That's my whole problem is with these comparing these little lightweights with heavyweights. You got to fight everybody at heavyweight, bro. Everybody at heavyweight. Floyd never had to fight going to the ring with somebody when he walks on the scale. He weighs 135. This 135. This guy weighs 156. Ali has to get on the scale weighing 215. And if you weigh 230, 240, hey, fight's still on because there's no weight class. I just think there's a general disrespect by Floyd Mayweather for the fact that he's a little nigga. Like, dude, you're a little dude, bro. You talking shit about a dude that will beat your ass for sure. And I just ain't never like that, man. It's like I may have better handles, or my son may have better handles than Shaq, but God dog, he's not scoring a bucket. That's for damn sure. You know what I mean?
Right. And we got to remember, well, I know you remember, but for the casual boxers, they was fighting 15 rounds back then.
15 rounds.
They was fighting 15 rounds back then. You seen it with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder was as heavy as he was in his career in one of those fights. And Tyson Fury was damn near 300 pounds.
And juicing, in my opinion.
And juicing, leaning on him, wearing his legs out, getting him tired. So, like you said, Floyd, I don't know, man, but I look at basketball and boxing as the same when it comes to big men. Boxing go as the heavyweights go. The NBA, you're not doing nothing without a big man.
And they
If you don't
ruin
have a solid big man on your team, you're not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing. The Warriors are probably the only team in the last 30, 40 years to win without a traditional center playing small ball.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, man, and that's also I think they ruined the NBA with that bullshit. You're doing away with the post, doing away with the big men in the post, taking that position away, ruin the sport, man. We used to be able to see like dudes dump it into the middle and see do some work in the middle. I don't, you don't really see it's all jump shots and layups now. All jump shots and layups because there you don't have the Shaq dunking on people and ripping down the backboard on 5K. You know, whole team holding on his back and all of that. But you know, they always try to make boxing more. They always trying to make sports more exciting. So they see when somebody likes something, then they do it to death, and they overdo it. Just like Floyd, like Ali. There's a bunch of fighters that started fighting like Ali after Ali was over. You know, guys like man, a bunch of them dudes, man. I don't even want to name their names. They fought a lot like Ali because that's what they looked up to. Now these guys are looking up to Floyd and they're behaving like Floyd and fighting like Floyd. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they have the other gears that Floyd had. Because Floyd didn't always do that shoulder roll shit all the time. He walked shit. I think he tried to walk Shane Mosley down, got his ass caught for doing it. But he also walked down Zab Judah. He was walking.
They need to watch 130. They need to watch Pretty Boy Floyd. They don't need to watch Money Mayweather. They need to go back and a perfect fight for a casual fan. If you like Floyd Mayweather, to see what he was before he turned into, after he paid top rank to get out of his contract and he turned into the money guy after being Oscar. Because after he beat Oscar is when he became a pay-per-view star. Go back and watch Floyd Mayweather versus Chop Corley. And you will see that these dudes trying to fight like Floyd, they ain't Floyd. They want to be Money Mayweather. They want to do the shoulder roll. They want to talk like him. They want all the money, all the pay-per-view sales. But Floyd had to build himself up. So if you go back to 135, Floyd, Pretty Boy, you'll actually learn. Because by the time Floyd got, not saying you can't learn from him at 147, but at 135, you'll actually learn in the beginning how you had to build yourself up to get where Floyd was at when he was at 147.
Dude, do you see this comment?
Like that.
Nuke the Duke said Dwight Howard is going to be a ring card boy for DAZN's next event. Oh my God! Can you imagine that nightmare coming at you, bro? A big ass 6'10" Dwight Howard in tutus as a ring card boy, nigga. I'm running out of the building, dog.
Yeah, hell yeah. The White Howard strong as hell. You see that man's shoulders?
That's the type of what? Go ahead.
And if you remember, you said like the Warriors ruined the NBA. If you go,
no, not the Warriors,
back
not the Warriors, not the Warriors. Hey, not the Warriors. I didn't
Michael Jordan versus Charles Barkley.
Hey, hold on, not the Warriors. I didn't say the Warriors ruined it. What ruined that shit is when they tried to make Steve Nash a fucking star. When they took all that hand checking away and they just made that shit up and down because they wanted Steve Nash to be a star. That's when Steve Nash got all those
they
MVPs.
gave him 2 MVPs over Kobe Bryant.
And over Shaq too. This was ridiculous.
Kobe averaged 35 points a game and they gave Steve Nash MVP. He was averaging 14 points a game.
There you go. What's up, Kamal?
Score up.
What up, Fanon? Interesting discussion. I don't watch the NBA anymore. I think one of the things that ruined the NBA was people like Princess James begging and crying over Draymond Green. Little old Draymond Green, let me tell you something. You LeBron James, because a lot of these LeBron James fans, Fanon, were born in 2000 or later. They're Devin Haney fans. They're the
They the
active
worst
squad.
basketball fans ever.
Yes, they are. They're the Spirit Squad. What is the tune from the Dragon Ball Z before you fought Frieza? The Spirit Squad. They're the
Yep.
Terrence Crawford who think that Terrence Crawford is the best ever. These are the same kind of people, low IQ people. LeBron James ruined the NBA because he talked too much and he cried over little old Draymond Green. Let me tell you something, and I like Draymond Green, but if you can't handle Draymond Green, Fanon, are you going to be able to handle the bad boys Pistons with Isaiah Thomas and Bill Laimbeer and those boys?
Oh,
What would you
no.
have done? What would you have done in that era, Fanon?
Creed cried and ran out of there.
You
Cried.
you're flopping over guys who are the equivalent size of Derek Fisher, who I like, by the way, flopping. If Derek Fisher makes contact with you, what are you going to do with the Boston Celtics and the Chief, Robert Parrish, Larry Bird, those dudes who are really physical? What were you going to do in that era, Fanon?
Dog, you know what he's gonna do in that order? You know what he's gonna do in that order, in that era? His ass is gonna be a power forward.
Absolutely.
That's what he's gonna be. His ass gonna be on that goddamn block. You gonna go over there and rebound. That's what he would have done in that area. They would taking that damn ball out of his hand because he's not no point guard like Magic. He ain't
No,
like
he's not.
he ain't Magic
And
like
he ain't
that.
no Michael Jordan either.
He ain't.
He ain't no Kobe Bryant.
He
I
ain't.
don't even know why they keep comparing him to them guys.
It's blasphemy. It's the same people who were born in. I'll give them a little slack for now. Maybe I'm a little too hard. I'm hating too much, guys. They were born in 1998 or later, not 2000. They were born in 1998, and so everything they see is the best ever. This is the best ever. These were Bum Lufkin fans. A lot of them were big Bum Lufkin fans. They need their chapstick. Their knees are ashy, so are their elbows, and so they have no concept of the NBA. Let me tell you, jabroni, something. Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley had a huge beef, and they were going back and forth in the media because Shaq started it. Y'all remember how that beef ended?
They moms.
Well, before that, Charles ended it on the court because
Oh,
Shaq did a
yeah.
cheap shot on him. And you know what happened?
You picked
Charles
him up.
had
Slammed.
Shaq on the ground, and he was laying into him.
He snuck him. What he did, they didn't know he was that big, dog. First of all, man, Charles Barkley's big as a goddamn house, bro.
He is.
Like, that's a big ass man in person. He's big as a house, bro. But I think Shaq underestimated how strong his ass was.
He did.
Picked that big man up because goddamn, Shaq clearing a couple three something. He picked his ass up.
He did. And
Big
Charles
ass
had him
boy.
just laying on the ground, wailing on him, wailing on him,
Hey man,
wailing
you
on him.
remember? Do you remember when Charles Barkley, like right when Court TV started, like Charles Barkley was one of the original big celebrity trials because he threw those two bodybuilders through a plate glass window.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sir Charles and Princess James has disrespected Sir Charles and talked about rings. Well, Princess James, Sir Charles wasn't going to the NBA commissioner begging to get people suspended in the playoffs and in the finals and getting his wish because the NBA was giving him everything he wanted. Sir Charles wasn't joining all these bullshit narratives that you're out here doing. Let me tell you something. You can't handle little old Draymond Green, Fanon. What would LeBron have done in the era where Karl Malone's elbows were like razor blades and nobody wanted to go up against the prime Karl Malone getting rebounds and in the paint with those razor blade elbows? What would Princess James have done in that era?
Not a damn thing. Prime Charles. First of all, I tell people all the time, a lot of people be skipping over. Yo, prime Charles Barkley would probably be better than 95% of the NBA today.
98%.
He would bust. Man, listen, man. First of all, you're not getting no rebounds over him. You can't stop him. What you gonna do? The man was 6'5" on paper. They say he's 6'4" in real life. I don't know how true that is. That
Man, he's a
triple-double
big ass
for his
man.
career.
That man got a back like this. Like, all I know is how goddamn big that man is,
Yeah,
bro.
he's strong as an ox.
Yeah, he's an ass whooping waiting to happen, bro. He's a big man you're not saying nothing to.
And he's an alpha. Shaq underestimated him.
Yeah,
Shaq
he did.
underestimated him. Shaq thought, oh, I got size. I'm brolic. You know, I can do this. I can do
Ooh.
that. He underestimated it. And then ever since they settled it, some dudes just need to settle it in the ring or settle it out off the court. They became cool and they're best friends now. They're really cool now. Once Sir Charles demonstrated, I'm not like that. Shaq and him are close, and they laugh about that incident today. So that's really a lot of what ruined the NBA was these rule changes to benefit LeBron. Because if you watched it early on in his career, you could easily the Spurs had the formula on how to beat LeBron James. You take away
Just let
anything
him
from
shoot.
15. Yep, let him shoot. Take away
Let him
anything from
shoot.
15. Let him shoot. And so they would take away anything from 15 feet into the paint and had him shoot from the outside, and then he would do nothing. So again, a lot of that's what ruined the NBA. The guy talks a lot. Unlike Kobe wouldn't have to opine on everything. You're never going to say Kobe say it's better for Brittany Griner to be in a Russian gulag than to be in the United States. He's not going to say anything idiotic like that, like LeBron said. Okay, you're going to be better off in a Russian gulag in Siberia where it's minus 50 degrees and you're the only black person there dealing with real Nazis than being in America. Kobe had etiquette. He didn't have to opine on everything. So he's not up there with the top five of all time. And he ruined a lot of what's going on in the NBA. And you don't get to tell me how bad America is while you're worshiping the feet of the most racist government in the world in Xi in China, which are still running commercials of black people going into washing machines, coming out of the washing machine after the washer is finished, and
That's
coming
how
out as
that.
very white Chinese people. You don't get to
Yep.
tell me. You don't get to tell me how bad America is, and then you're kissing Xi's ass. You don't get to do that to me. You don't get to do that to me to a government that's literally putting African governments with
No.
slave
Hey,
contracts
give me
for reconstruction. You don't get to do that.
real quick. Virgil Wembley said LeBron outweighs Rodman by 40 pounds and Lambeer by 30. First of all, you got to have your numbers wrong, bro. You got to have your numbers wrong. But it doesn't matter.
He
If you're
definitely
running
don't
full
weigh
speed,
more than no Bill Lambert. That
He
don't even
doesn't.
make
That's a
sense.
he
lie.
doesn't.
That guy's full of it.
Because Bill Lambier is a good 6'11", number one.
Exactly.
He's 6'11", and he was a big dude, but it doesn't matter because he's willing. If he's big enough to knock you the fuck out, and he's willing to do it. That's the thing. He's got to be willing to do it. If you come in there, that elbow is because, bro, when we're talking about Bill Lambier, we're not talking about somebody that's going to be bodying you up. I'm talking about somebody that's going to be running from the side and pop you upside the fucking head with his elbow and try to knock you
Yep.
the fuck out. He's trying to knock you. He's not doing. Yes, LeBron does. He hits. Let me tell you something, bro. LeBron runs full speed at Bill Lambier, and Bill Lambier don't appreciate that shit. Bill Lambier will grab that nigga by the knees, and he's in the air. Grab him by the fucking knees and jack his ass down to the ground, bro. That's how
Yeah.
fucking vicious these niggas are. And you know what's that other
Exactly.
name? What's that dude's name? Lucas? Maurice Lucas? What I guess his ass will grab you, bro. They're not gonna. They'd be like, dude, you try that shit again. Dunk on me, do that shit again. Who told? They said a story about like, oh, it might have been Sean Kemp said something like that, where Sean Kemp said, Maurice Lucas might have said something late in his years, like, man, you do that shit again, I'm laying you on your ass. So his ass came through again, boom, hit his ass right across the fucking chest with a forearm, bounced his fucking head up off that ground, and looked at him. Keep on coming in here.
Yep.
That's the NBA.
If you go back and look, Shaquille O'Neal never really got dunked on. He didn't allow people to dunk on him. He's going to push you out of the air.
Yeah, he got
He's
got Derek Coleman got his ass.
Derek Coleman definitely got him good.
Derek got his ass.
Coleman got him good. Yeah, but a lot of big men. The thing is, man, they created that Jordan. What was the Pistons' old coach? Chuck Daly? Was it Chuck Daly, the Bad Boys coach?
Yeah,
I
Chuck
believe
Daly.
that was his name. Yeah, they created that rule. They used to wait till Jordan go airborne and knock his ass right out the air. Clothesline him.
Tell you, and they're just gonna hit the shit out you. But hey, man, let me get up out of here, man. That's
One more thing before you get up out of here, Fanon. And
Yeah.
just the etiquette of people like Kobe didn't have to tell you I'm better than Michael Jordan. And Michael
Hell
Jordan,
no.
you ask Michael Jordan, you ask Charles Barkley, you ask the greats that these young folks, these same kind of characteristics that these Shaqap fans will say when they discount Pernell Whitaker, they discount the greats like Ray Robinson. He says I'm better than Michael Jordan. Kobe would never tell you that. But you ask Michael Jordan, who's the closest to you? Michael will say nobody's as good as me, of course. But he said the one guy who was. He didn't say LeBron. Who did he say?
Said
Kobe.
Kobe Bryant.
He said Kobe Bryant. So Kobe didn't have to wear number 23 to copy off Michael Jordan. He didn't have to chase after these people like this stuff. Kobe dealt with an NBA that blocked trades for him, not that
Ye-
allowed trades for him to
Yep.
join these super teams. Let's
Yep.
not forget the unprecedented moves that the NBA made to handicap and kneecap Kobe Bryant. Nobody had the mental fortitude, and this is the thing with LeBron. When I tell you about the mental things, you're kissing one ring, and people say,
Oh,
"Oh, he's standing up for everything." No,
this
you
dude's a
research what the Chinese government did to African students in the COVID pandemic. They kicked all the Africans out of their housing, and they were very racist to this day against Africans. And the research the Chinese airlines commercials about black people. And that's going on to this day. And you have LeBron. That's why that shirt of LeBron is Chairman Mao, his face superimposed on that t-shirt, is a bestseller. You cannot serve one master. You cannot diss one master on one hand and then serve another one and then get my praise when you're not
Mm.
losing any money for it. I'll end with this, Fanon. Do want to get your thoughts on what I mentioned, and Anton, as I head out of here. People are upset with the Matias victory. They're calling it a gift victory over Puello, but Puello took the bigger money, knowing what happened to his countryman Adames. Both of them are from the Dominican Republic. They saw what Adames was kneecapped. He had the opportunity. Gary Antoine Russell wanted to get back on that Tank undercard or one of these undercards, and he took the big money when Turkey was trying to sabotage Tank's event. So to me, yeah, I didn't see the fight, but he probably did win. But you can't complain when you knew Turkey's history on these cards of favoring his guys or the house fighter in this case, and you didn't get the decision when you could have got that get back with Gary Antoine Russell for a unification. Want to get your thoughts on the outrage of that, because to me, it's just much ado about nothing. You knew the risk, you took the risk, and you can't complain after. It's like Devin Haney complaining about Ryan's weight. With that amount, deuces. Thank you.
all
Thoughts?
right, man.
Good point.
All right, you back. All right, man. Let me get back with you, Anton. Anton's froze. All right, I get back with you, Anton. You froze out. Just hopped out of a meeting. Look at this dunce named Turkey. Truly an idiot of the highest magnitude. Bro, rehab season and ring cards will not be free for all DAZN subscribers. Instead, DAZN will offer an in-app monthly subscription called the Ring Pass. Fans will need both to watch the content. A price is not. Get the fuck out of here. So you want to charge me 2 times inside the same app? You want me to have a double monthly subscription? Get the fuck out of here. You guys are fucking moron. I'm sorry. You guys are morons. You guys are morons. I am not going to get a ring. You're not going to double charge me, bro, and get me to sign up for double charging me. And then you're going to sign me up for double charging me. And then you're going to change it again, bro. Get out of here, Turkey. You're terrible, man. Dude, how many times are you going to announce one thing and do something else? You said it was free yesterday. Now all of a sudden it's not free. Now it's a double subscription. I have to pay $26 a month. So what are you going to take it to $50 a month? Like, what are you going to move it up to? $50 a month? I'm not paying $50 a month for. You guys are just trying to rob people, bro. Wait, you said it was free. Got everybody amped up. Oh, it's free. Okay, well, it's free. Now it's not free. Now you want me to pay. You want to automatically deduct payments from my credit card for Ring Magazine and Rehab. You guys are losing money like ain't nobody's business, and people are sick of you losing their money. So you're going to kind of come up with some scam to double charge me? I used to worry about who may be in Turkey's ear. Never mind. Dude, whoever's telling you this, you guys are terrible, bro. You guys need to go hire Deloitte and Touche, man. Go hire Deloitte and Touche. Go hire What's the name of that of a management, that big management consulting firm in the UK? They got to have a management consulting firm that you can sit down and talk to that can organize what you buffoons are doing. This is ridiculous. I'm not paying a ring card pass. No way. I'm already paying a monthly fee. You want 2 monthly fees? Oh my God, you guys are terrible. You're losing your shirt. They're losing their shirts. They're losing their shirts. There's no, oh, by the way, I got to tell you, Yellow Boy, they do care about losing money, bro. And the Saudi Arabia did not gift $100 billion to Donald Trump. I do believe that they said that they have a $600 billion that they are going to purchase in arms and things like that. They didn't donate any money. They purchased. Donald Trump agreed to sell them some things. They're not just giving money to the United States. He doesn't even have a ring card every month. He does it like for 4 months. Like, no way, bro. You guys are terrible, man. What terrible management. It's so crazy. Turkey is just crooked douchebag. I'm telling douchebag. Look, man, you just don't know what you're doing, man. Turkey, will you go away, bro? I'm telling you right now, I am not getting the ring pass. Because guess what now? There's going to be fights that aren't ring. So you got to pay. I can't believe you, man. Honestly, man, will you guys get out of boxing, please? Hey, Love and Loyalty said, good morning, Fanon, the great A in the chat. I'm late, but Holy Ghost lit, ready to talk this morning. Thank you, brother. I'm about to get, you came a little late. I'm about to get off here a little early today. We allow them to do business without buying up whole cities. Exactly. We allow them to do business without buying up whole cities. They're terrible, man. Clea said, correct. The U.S. Saudi Arabia made an investment into U.S. arms. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the United States does not need Saudi Arabia to give them money. We don't need Saudi Arabia to give us money. We're not poor like that. United States is a terribly, it's double pay-per-view. Isn't that still a form of pay-per-view, or am I tripping? No, you're not. But it's a double pay-per-view. Because number one, you have to have a subscription in order to qualify to get another subscription. You have to have a subscription to get a subscription. A subscription is pay-per-view. A double subscription is pay-per-view. But you're paying your fee monthly across all of them. But absolutely, because you have to pay per view. You have to pay per view. Absolutely. It's a double dip. They're doubling what they're charging you. Turkey, Alalshiek, and these slicksters think they just found a way to double their subscription fees for those fights that they're putting on. They're hiding boxing behind a paywall. And you know they're not going to charge the same thing in the United States that they're going to charge in the UK. They're going to charge us way more. They already charge us way more than they charge them. So guess what? The UK guys, their double dip is probably not going to come around to the cost that we pay for one. They're trying to take American money again. That's all they're doing. That's terrible, bro. I am not doing that. You are insulting my intelligence. Turkey, you're insulting my intelligence. At this point, you're insulting my intelligence. You're trying to hide all these fights behind a double paywall. A double paywall. So if I want to see a boo-boo ass fight now watch this. The money that I pay now, what does it get me? You just drop the value. You drop the value of the subscription I already have, and then you're gonna double up the price. You better charge me $5 a month. You want a pass? That pass better be under $5. That pass better be under $5, bro. Otherwise, you're just ripping us off, man. G. Flaco Escobar said, don't you have a second YouTube channel? I still do, and activate it and drop the name. Oh, it's MH Blackwell, but don't worry about it. I got something going on with it. They just pay for the sub and not the exactly. They just pay for the sub and not the pay-per-view. So are you going to make these guys over there in the UK have a pass now that where they have to get ripped off too? Doesn't DAZN post their pay-per-view fights on YouTube? Yeah, on Turkey Alalshiek's page. These guys are terrible businessmen. They're terrible, terrible, terrible businessmen. But look, man, I'm going to get out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat. Hold on, let me check out something before I do. I got to make sure I didn't miss these super chats because you guys do support in the super chat. Thank you so much. The cash up. I got you, Marcus Bridges. Yeah, but look, I'm going to. Hey, MH Blackwell channel, goated. We need that back. I think we're going to get it. We'll get it back. I'll start doing videos on it again. I was doing something with my son, but I think my son keeps changing his mind about what he wants to do. Anyway, much love in the chat. Much love in the super chat. Thank you to everybody that supports the channel. And with that, I'm out. Deuces. And I think I should do some MH Blackwell videos. Peace.